Hey everyone, welcome back to Bravely Default. Last time, we went back to the Stark Fort interior and dealt with the salve maker Kata. Or really, Kamiizumi did, because Kata faked his death, but ultimately Kamiizumi finished him off when he said he was going to take out the sword bearers, shield bearers, pretty much everyone and rule the world. Basically be a tyrant, an awful person. He also killed like 100,000 people, so that's pretty bad. Anyway, today, we're going to go follow Egil's directions into the Mytho mine to hopefully find a way into the Temple of Fire. Apparently the Fire Vessel has been speaking to him through dreams somehow. I don't know. But today, we're just going to head back there and do that. One thing I do want to mention before we head in, though, is that... Oh boy. What I wanted to mention is that in Starkfort, there's actually some pretty decent steals, as well as in the Mytho mine the first time we went there. From the Black Blade, you can get the Nodachi, which is just a decent katana. It sells for a decent bit, I guess. It's not amazing, though, because you can just get better katanas later, but it's still a steal that's worth mentioning. From the Black Axe Fighter, something similar, you get the Tomahawk, just a decent axe. I believe we got one back in the Florum Gardens. It's not that great, not as good as anything you can get now. They also drop a high potion, but, you know, it's decent. Again, they sell for a decent bit at least. The main thing that's worthwhile is the Black Pikeman drops Flame Charms. Those give you resistance to fire. That's really helpful because you don't have to buy them then, but you can also just buy them over in Hearthstone, so it's not really a big deal if you don't get them from the Pikeman.
Egil?
What are you doing here?
Speaking of these guys, we have all three of them right here. I guess while we're here, we can try and steal those things. Okay, let's just default with you, because I don't know what I want to do with you. You use Thundar, whatever. You try and steal that Nodachi, because I'm going to want to do it with the Black Blade first, because he's going to be the biggest problem. If anything else to steal a remedy from, that's pretty good. It's not that great, you can just buy remedies, of course, but still have a helpful item, so... I could use... How many, I need to buy more, attack items when I get the chance. I should get the chance soon. Let's see, how many, Fallen Shards? Only... Ooh. Well, might as well use what I have, I guess. Thundar again, you try and steal Nodachi again, and use attack. Nothing? Okay. But it's probably gonna die this turn both because of the Thunder and that, Pantheon's Wrath I have going out. Wow, okay, that killed all of them. That would have been enough to kill them right from the start, I think. Well, no, because the Thunder didn't work anyway. I don't know, whatever. It would have done quite a bit regardless.
We specifically told you not to follow us. Are you listening to me, Egil?
But I'm the only one who knows how to open up the way through. What? You have to squeeze into a really tight hole to open up the way through. You'd never be able to fit. Not in a million years.
You said nothing about this back at the house. You tricked us.
I didn't trick you. I just left that part out.
It's the same thing. Anyway, I'm small enough to fit through a silly little hole.
But you're too tiny to move the stone lever that opens the passage up.
What stone lever? You didn't say anything about that.
Nope, I didn't.
Well, we'll have to take Egil with us now. That's the only way to awaken the crystal.
We can't do that. What if he gets hurt?
No need to yell at Anya's, Tiz. What are you so upset about?
What do you propose then, Tiz? Will you make him go back by himself?
I wouldn't do that. We'll go back with him.
What if the sword bearers or black blades beat us to the temple? Egil was just attacked by the enemy, right? He was held prisoner by them before as well. They may already be aware of this passage you found.
But...
I believe we should focus on the task of awakening the crystal.
Exactly! To cleanse the darkness from this world, we must accept some risk and some sacrifices.
Never! What are you saying, Eri? I don't want anyone to be sacrificed. I won't allow it!
What then? You have been impossible lately, Tiz. You are trampling upon the will of Egil, the late fire vessel, and me. As a vessel, I cannot let you do this. Do not interfere with my mission.
Hey, both of you need to calm down.
He reminds me of my little brother who died. Till.
What?
When that chasm opened up, and Norende was swallowed by darkness. My little brother, about the same age as Egil, he fell along with it, right before my eyes. I couldn't save him. I couldn't hold on to Till's hand any longer. The look on his face as he stared back at me and fell into that black pit hasn't left my mind ever since. The same goes for the water vestal. It was agony, watching her life fade in front of me. I couldn't bear to watch Agnes cling to her and weep. I've seen enough death to last a lifetime. That's why I don't want to lead Egil into peril, even if it is to deliver the world from danger.
Then why don't you try to stop Agnes from facing danger, Tiz?
Because I know that no matter what, Agnes would just go off on her own. And I promised Agnes that I'd stay at her side, to be there, to protect her.
Tiz.
Well, there's your answer.
Huh? What do you mean?
We'll go together with Egil. Tiz will protect him. We all will. Right?
Please, let me go. I want to see the fire vessel's wishes carried out.
You win. But you're not to go wandering off without us, okay, Egil?
Got it. Thanks.
Huh? What?
Never mind. It's nothing. Let's move on.
I love that little moment for Tiz. Throughout the entire game, he's always had this trouble sleeping in every inn we've gone to, and now we finally know the reason. He's been haunted by nightmares of his brother Till falling into the Great Chasm. And the reason he's been so outgoing since we got to Ansheim was because, well, most since we got to the Mythamines was because he wanted to save a boy like Till. Party chat though. Eri versus Egil. Egil, hey! Egil, I'm talking to you! Hello? Yeah, I hear you. Quit nagging me already. Nag? And this after you lied to me? You're pipsqueak! I'm telling you, I never lied. You didn't ask, so I didn't mention it. That's all. I already take that kind of backtalk from you. I'm a lot bigger than you. You're the real pipsqueak. What was that? Nothing. I didn't say a word. Honestly, what kind of attitude is that? And to a Christ fairy, no less. Agnes, are you hearing this? Egil is being horrid. Agnes, please. Eri, he's a child. Please, do not be so immature. Right? Right? You heard her, Eri. Oh, you little... Did you ever ring a bell? Tiz, somebody say something. Yeah. Hang in there, I guess. No one takes Eri's side in this, Jesus. Poor Eri. I'm not gonna say she doesn't deserve that. She's been kind of rude throughout the entire... Well, that's debatable, I suppose.
Be careful, okay?
I will. I know this place like the back of my... Whoa!
What?
A big piece of mithril ore!
This isn't the time for that, Egil. You've got to stay with me, okay?
Oh, come on! Finding this can mean the difference between eating or not, you know. It's a precious find.
Let it go, Egil. The war will be over soon. Then you won't have to worry about finding mithril anymore.
Wow! Now that I look at it more closely, I think this is orichalcum. Amazing! When we find some of this, we get eggs with our dinner. It's my lucky day!
Wouldn't you rather eat dragon fangs, Egil? Think of how cool that would make you. Egil's words. Huh? Whoa! Oh, you're right. Yeah, sorry. Just stumbled a bit. My eyes haven't really adjusted. All the more reason to be careful where you step. You know, when you think about it, the moon's way better than the sun. What makes you say that? The moon shines when it's dark out, so we can see at night. The sun only shines during the day, when it's bright anyway. It's bright during the day because of the sun, silly. And did you know that the moon only shines because of the sun's light? Whoa, really? Huh. The moon only shines because of the sun. I guess that makes sense. It must be really grateful. Grateful? How so? Because whenever the sun is tired, the moon fills in for it while it rests. Aw, that childhood innocence. Back to the area being weird thing, though. She's just kind of been very insistent on one thing, and that is awakening the crystals, no matter the cost. Whether it be Agnes just get over Olivia's death and immediately go and awaken the water crystal, or even do it without Olivia's consent. Though, to be fair on that front, I kind of agreed with her that I thought Agnes was being a bit ridiculous by not awakening it. Like, you'd think Olivia would be okay with it, but again, whatever, if I want to talk about this. She's just been very focused on one thing, no matter what might have been have to sacrifice to do so. Even Agnes, you know, giving herself to the Sky Knights back in Caldissa. Okay, so I need to buy some attack items. They're only 200 peak, so I should be able to buy a decent bit. I'll spend. I don't need phlogistones, those are useless. I mainly need permacrystals right now. So let me buy. I'm buying like 36 of those. Just so I have plenty to go around. Should I buy more? I'll buy more. I'll buy like 20 more. I want plenty. I'm going to be using a lot. Another thing I'm going to be using a lot of are Fulmin shards. Let me buy like 10,000 worth, about 50. That's perfect. Otherwise, we don't really need anything, so I'm just going to buy some potions, some high potions. And buy 6 more. I like having even numbers of things. Let's see, anything else? Some ethers? No, we should be okay. And otherwise, we should be okay. Anything to sell? I'd buy some weapons. Ice Brand would be nice to have right now, actually. We actually even have it. We can sell Spike Knuckles. Why aren't we using more large shield? Oh, right, because Tiz is useless without. I'm gonna give Tiz a large shield and give him something else. I'm gonna give him Performer, I think. It's gonna be helpful. He doesn't really do much damage with magic anyway. It's really not worth having him have that. The only thing that's worth it is gravity, and even then it's not. I'm not using it that much. Otherwise, we should be okay.
We're here! This is the place! There's a stone lever at the back of this narrow hole. Just a second.
He wasn't kidding. Only Egil or Eri could fit down there.
Okay, here I go. It opened! See? I told you so!
Whoa! I felt a blast of hot air! The Temple of Fire must be down here. Let us hurry.
Now, one thing I want to do before entering here is I don't remember if I have Dungeon Master on anyone. Oh, thank God. Trust me, you're gonna want that.
This cave is the same as the one from my dreams. The Fire Vestal told me the way to go. The Temple of Fire is that way.
Great! Way to go, Egil.
I only know because the Fire Vestal told me. It's nothing special. I bet you're glad you brought me though, right?
Yes, yes. let's get going.
In theory, couldn't we take Egil back now? Anyway, the reason we wanted a Dungeon Master is because of these glowing red hot coals on the ground. These are really difficult to see where they are exactly, especially if you're not paying that much attention, and they're very slow to go in and out of being hot enough to walk on, or cold enough to walk on, I suppose. We'll get back to that in a second. These are red flans. They're kind of like just slimes, except fire, and that's it. They absorb fire and use venom and fire. Venom just poisons. And that's about it. That's about all the special they do. I'm just going to use one Arctic Wind, and you just use some Blizzard. And, you know, I'm going to throw out a heal too, because I kind of want to start building up her special, so we can mainly get our MP back. They don't have anything to steal, just phlogistones, which is kind of helpful. I'll try and steal it, now that we have Salve Maker. That's the goddamn job. It's a lot more helpful to be able to have these attack items, opposed to back when we could get dark matter in like the Vestment Cave. Okay. Where, I mean, it was kind of nice to have it, but really mainly to sell. It wasn't that helpful. Now it's really worth it, because if you go back to the Vestment Cave, dark matter is pretty expensive relatively, so you can get them pretty easy there. Throw a high potion to you guys. Anyway, these coals are really annoying because they're very slow to come in and out of being hot and cold. And it's just a lot of waiting around. The other dungeons, I don't think Dungeon Master is that much of a necessity, because, like, the Miasma Woods, for example, or the ruins in Ansheim. They're, you know, not good, obviously. You don't want to walk into the, the poison or the blind gas, but you can see them coming. Well, no, you can see these coming. How do I explain this? You can avoid them while still moving. There's a minimal interruption to your progress. Meanwhile, with these coals, it's just you're barred from moving for quite a while, and it's just, I find it really obnoxious. I don't really like this dungeon at all without Dungeon Master, because it's just so slow and tiring to go through. But if you have Dungeon Master, this dungeon's fine. The enemies aren't that bad, especially these minotaur zombies. You can just use a Salve Maker, High Potion, or even just a standard potion and a Cura. Finish them off real quick like that. I believe they're also weak to fire. They're weak to Earth, Light, and Healing, actually. And they don't really have anything special to steal or drop. I think it's just Spirit Bones, which are just a compounding ingredient. Stairs over here. Naturally, that's not the way we want to go then. We want to go to the right, so we can get some items that are assuredly over there. Red Flan and also a Flare Lantern. Flare Lanterns are pretty bad, actually. We want to deal with that really quick. Let me go back down here and use a Perma Crystal. So they have an ability called Brick Burning that is going to cast Silence as well as deal fire damage. They do drop Ethers though, so they're definitely worth fighting and killing. Go ahead and use Bazaar and try and punch it to death. But yeah, Brick Burning's really bad because they can just, you know, silence you. Mainly that's really bad for Agnes and Adia, of course. In fact, I should probably give them something to resist silence, as well as give everyone fire immunity in some fashion. So I'm actually going to work on doing that right now. Okay, so I gave Tiz a bait fire from the Black Mage. I was thinking of giving him attack item amp, which raises our attack to 1.5 times for attack items. Helpful, but I don't think we need it right now. The enemies are weak enough where it's not too much of a necessity. I think a bait fire is going to do us much better. He doesn't need silence immunity because he's not using any magic. Agnes already has silence immunity, so that's not a problem. I didn't give her anything else. I don't have anything to give her, unfortunately. I could just give her magic defense. I suppose that would help. Ring Bell didn't change anything on his abilities, but I did give him a Flame Charm, and Adia also has the White Cape to prevent silence. So we should be alright going forward. We won't get silenced, the important characters at least won't get silenced, and we have a good bit of fire immunity or at least some magic defense going around. So we should be alright for the rest of the dungeon. I believe I already changed all my specials over to water. What's your special? Okay. Yeah, I believe I already changed them over to water, so we should be alright there. Let's get use Bazaar and hopefully finishes them off. They don't have... Well, they steal... There's phlogistones, I guess. I'll steal from them, sure, why not? Actually, I can just use Mug. I forgot I got that. And then Zack. And you just Bizarro and Punch. I think they have fairly weak physical defense. It tends to be the case with lanterns that they have high magic defense and low physical defense. So you can deal with them easily like someone like a monk. But someone like Anya isn't gonna do as well, though she did fine there, so maybe not. Just to make sure, yeah, you guys, you're not affected at all. Singing, actually, is that blocked by silence? It would make sense for it to be, wouldn't it? Because you're being silenced. I actually don't know. I'll need to double check. I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure it's just magic abilities that are silenced and not singing abilities. Oh, they are. Okay. Ooh. Okay. That's not that big of a deal. I don't really plan to use those anyway. That's something I should consider then. Okay. I don't know if I have another white cape to give him to prevent that. I hope I do, but I'm pretty sure I don't. And there's not really an open slot on him ability-wise to give him silence immunity, which I think he does. I had it on White Mage for a while, so he should have it. I'll have to double check after this battle what I can do. But he has, right now he has Dungeon Master and, well, everything else is important, but I'll see what I can do. I've gotten rid of Divining Rod, which shows us how many chests are in a floor in a dungeon, and given him silence immunity. We should be okay. I don't think there are any hidden walls in this dungeon, so as long as we explore all of the map, we should find every chest anyway, so we should be alright getting rid of that. At least I bloody hope so. I do like having Divining Rod just so I can see, but again, I don't think... It's mainly so I can know if I'm missing a hidden wall or something, or just being an idiot and missing something like I did. Well, not back in Temple because that was due to a hidden wall, but I don't think I've missed a chest out of pure idiocy yet. I'm sure it'll happen, but I don't think I have yet. This dungeon's actually pretty long as well, though it's probably significantly shorter, because typically I don't bother equipping Dungeon Master, but for the sake of video, I think it's way better that we do, because I don't want to be waiting around for, like, probably 5 minutes overall in this damn dungeon just to wait for the coals to turn cool so I can walk across them. It's not really that fun. As we walk down here, we should see a gimmick of this dungeon. It's not random battles, I can guess that. Again, fighting those flare lanterns, even if they are somewhat difficult to deal with because of their silence and multi-target fire magic, they are definitely worth fighting just because they drop ethers. Again, those are still rather expensive at this point in the game. Maybe we aren't going to see that gimmick quite yet. Okay, well, whatever then. Yeah, I mean, 1,000 peak is still quite a bit. I'm still hesitating to spend even like 200 on stupid attack items, so... That's partly just me being stupid, though. I definitely probably could have done with buying more permacrystals or Fulmin shards to use more of those. Mainly permacrystals, because those are helpful. Safety ring, what does that do? God damn it, I don't remember. The safety ring nullifies death. I mean, I guess that does make it pretty safe. I don't know how you really nullify death, though.
Are you getting tired, Egil?
Yeah, it's hot down here.
Let's take a little break then. That okay with you, Agnes?
Oh, okay.
Hey, Egil. What will you do when the war ends?
I don't know.
Isn't there anything you're passionate about?
I'd like to go to military academy. Then I want to be a guardsman for the shield bearers. My mother and father died noble deaths protecting the top shield bearers. The soldiers of the shield bearers served to protect the fire vestal. I want to shield people, like my mother and father did.
Is that so?
But I guess I need to find a place to live before that. I have no home to go back to now. After my mother and father died, my grandfather took me in. He was really kind, but he got sick and died soon after. I had nowhere to go, and then I ran into some sword bearers who were rounding up orphans. They took me to the mithril mine.
I see. You've done well to survive on your own.
I guess I have.
Right, well, if the party's taking a break, I say we do too. I don't tend to cut things off in the middle of dungeons and like this, but I don't want this episode to go on forever. We still got quite a bit of dungeon left to go, as well as, of course, a boss fight and awakening a crystal, and you can imagine plenty of cutscenes. So, we're going to end things off here. Next time, we'll continue going through the Underflow, and hopefully find our way into the Temple of Fire and awaken the Fire Crystal. See you guys then. But hey, if you enjoyed this video, maybe check out some of the other series I've done. You can also consider subscribing, checking out my Patreon page, or joining my Discord server. There are links in the description to those, as well as other social media links like Twitter and Facebook. Thanks for watching.